And then I turned 60. I didn't like being 60. And I started, asking myself those basic existential questions. I don't know if you know the poet Mary Oliver's, incredibly penetrating look in the mirror question, but I was throwing it at myself every day. What is it you're doing with this one wild and precious life of yours? And one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. Cuba, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I won't have the shoulders, maybe I won't have the will. But Cuba for me was never about records, it was never about halls of fame, it wasn't about sport. It was about living large. It was about tapping every drop of potential that you have, physically, emotionally, organizationally. It's a mammoth expedition. And everybody was now calling that swim impossible. People have been trying since 1950, including myself. And so here we go. We put it all together, and I fail. And I fail again. And I fail again. And all those failures are public, and they're crushing. There's no room. When you stand on the shore in Havana, you have every reason, all the faith is brimming in your heart that you are going to go across and finally touch that other shore, a 35-year-old dream. And now it's the 5th time. And everybody, the marathon swimming world, CNN, who's been with us for 4 years and believed in the inspiration of the story, they're all, if you ever make it to the other shore, and you'll probably be 90, if you ever do, we'll be there. But we just can't waste any more time and resources on following you across time after time after time. The great sports scientist of our era, Dr. Timothy Noakes, and I had learned so much from Tim, but Tim wrote me kind of a Dear John letter before that 5th attempt, and he said, we've done all the empirical studies, the math, you're trying to digest in the supine position as you're swimming, and all that nutrition is going into empty spaces instead of into your bloodstream and to the contraction of your muscles. You're immersed in a liquid colder than your body temperature for more than 2.5 days. There are just so many reasons, not even the sharks and the jellyfish and the weather and the currents. It just can't be done. And I wrote Tim back and I said, I respect you so much, Tim, but all of you, CNN, my fellow swimmers, you're forgetting the most critical element here, and that's the power of the human spirit. So here we went, the 5th time. The first day is glorious. I'm singing my songs. The wind clocks around from the east to right behind us from the south. The current is pretty darn good. The first night is hell on earth. I'm wearing the jellyfish mask, and I'm vomiting into the mask. We had terrible rough seas that night. You lose all your tensile strength. Your fingers are numb, but I have to somehow get it up to clear the mask from the vomit, get it back on. I can't wait for sunrise. Sunrise comes. We spend that whole day trying to replace the fluids and all the calories lost in the night. Now the night's coming again, the second night. And very early on, I'm hallucinating. I saw the Taj Mahal over here, grand. And now I'm floundering around. I'm cold. I forgot what we were doing. The left arm and right arm are not coming up anymore. I'm just looking up at the stars, and I'm shivering, and Bonnie says, get over here. I come close to the boat, and she says, look toward the horizon. And I look over, and I kind of get up above the water. I put my goggles up on my forehead, and I see a white filament of light. And I said to Bonnie, oh my God, the sun is coming up. I can take up all the jellyfish gear. The jellyfish are only up during the night. The sun's rays are going to warm my body. And she said, no, it's better than the sun. Those are the lights of Key West. That was the vision I refused to give up on for 35 years.